Vincent van Gogh is the French living Dutch artist most people know and some love, renowned for many works and made popular through his depressing life and oh-so-adored painting, The Starry Night. That said, this presentation is not about The Starry Night. I'm going to be talking about a lesser-known yet still magnificent work called The Large Plane Trees, which resides right here in the U.S. at the Cleveland Museum of Art, which I visited in the summer of 2015. The Large Plane Trees is an oil painting created at the tail end of Van Gogh's life. While on one of his regular excursions out into the public for subject matter, Van Gogh found inspiration in the road workers beneath the large yellow-leaved trees of autumn for their determination to perform their work while in the cold bite of the November climate. The perseverance of the life against the cold fall season is embodied heavily through Van Gogh's signature visual style and the design elements he chose to implement. During Van Gogh's time, post-impressionism/early expressionism was the prevailing art movement. Therefore, things such as expressive color choice and line were some of the most important aspects of a work of art. As a very emotional person, Van Gogh chose to embrace the colors he felt instead of the colors he saw. This is seen in the light white and blue tones of the trees, ground, and materials of the roadwork that represent climate and how cold and stark it was at the time. In contrast, the yellow color of the leaves represent a fading of life, yet life that is still hanging on, a possible reference to Van Gogh's mental state or even just the life of the road workers. The trees seem to be the focal point of this piece, not only through the color usage, but a few other techniques as well. A staple of any Van Gogh piece is thick black line work, and that is definitely present in the trees in this piece. This technique distinguishes the trees from the rest of the painting, making them stand out. The sheer size of the trees in proportion to the rest of the scene may or may not be exaggerated, but it sure does work to show just how large these plane trees are, re-emphasizing that they are the main subject once again. In addition to that, Van Gogh displays a sense of rhythm through the repetition of the large trees, leading your eyes towards the far right of the painting, drawing you in. Furthermore, the way Van Gogh chose to compose this piece almost makes it look like a living world that you could just step into through the frame with his great use of perspective, again drawing you into the emotional world that he has created. As a sum of its parts, The Large Plane Trees is a harmonious work of art with a great emphasis on the perseverance of life during autumn through the emphasis of the trees with Van Gogh's use of line work, color, emphasis, composition, repetition, and perspective techniques. A beautiful, calm, and emotional piece of art history right in our own country, this piece is definitely worth recognition.